Well, once again, everybody, welcome back to Alton. We apologize for the delay, but things happen in the world of technology. Collinsville kicked off first. Alton fumbled the kickoff, and Collinsville is underway. A snap to Jerry Richardson, and Richardson's down to the 20-yard line. So that's how things started here. Collinsville kicking off to Alton. Alton then fumbled the ball on the ensuing kickoff. Collinsville recovers, and the first play from scrimmage, the snap to Jerry Richardson, and Richardson gets up to the 20-yard line. The hot spot apparently decided to stop working in the middle of the pregame show. Man, you guys know, most of you guys know me by now. I put a lot of work into my pregame shows, and here we are once again. Didn't get to use any of it. So Jerry Richardson is in shotgun. He's the starting quarterback as we begin here, and he'll keep the ball once again. He'll run it up the middle and darts out to the left-hand side. Has a little bit more room and gets a first down all the way down inside the 10-yard line of the Alton Redbirds. And Collinsville starting off strong here to begin with.
Fakes the handoff over to Norton, pulls it back, goes off tackle there, breaks one tackle in the open field there, and brings this ball up to the 6. First and goal, Kahok. Like I said, Alton received the kickoff but fumbled.
All right, I got to restart up my scoreboard. Didn't get quite all the way finished back up, so forgive us here in a minute. We'll get that going. First down and goal for Collinsville. Here's the snap, and again, Richardson's going to keep. Darts out to the left side, gets out of a tackle, and touchdown.
Great job there. Norton was like the fullback there, keeping the block off, and gave Richardson enough room to get in there for the touchdown. And a minute 3 in, the Kahoks are already on the board.
Yeah, they are. And we'll see if we can update that here as soon as we can get everything back up and running that we need to get up and running.
So Chai will try the extra point here out of the hold of Pennell. Pennell had to pick it back up off the ground, but Chai got the kick away, and it's good.
Well, it's always interesting, isn't it? All right, let's see. We can get that going on and see if I got my scoreboard up and running. There it is. All right, so Collinsville scores first, and the Kahoks are up 7-0. Hopefully things will run a little bit smoother for us here on our end. Whoop, wrong one. See, we're already messing things up on our end, and we'll hopefully have a little bit of a smoother ride the rest of the way. But in the meantime, we got some commercials to make up for because we missed a whole pregame show. So we'll be back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Welcome back, and Alton fumbled the ball again on the ensuing kickoff, but this time they do manage to hang on to it. And the Alton Redbirds will begin their first drive from their own 25-yard line. So a little iffy with the hands over here on the Alton kick returning side.
Collinsville kicking it over towards the sideline there. Glanced off the first guy's hands, and Ben Ballinger of Alton cleaned it up there. Just got to it in time. Cats were almost to it and almost got another received almost another kickoff there.
All right, so Alton Redbirds have the ball for the first time on offense, and we'll fill in the blanks for you as we go along here. Graham McAfoos is their quarterback, and the Alton Redbirds are dressed in their gray trousers with camouflage shirts as they held a 9/11 tribute here tonight before the game. McAfoos is in shotgun, and he will take the ball up the middle, and he will not get very far. He will get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. No gain on the play.
That's 5, Gilchrist.
Yeah, it is Gilchrist.
He lined up as the quarterback back there, and no sign of McAfoos, who was their starter quarterback last week. It's Quincy.
We'll have a hard time telling the numbers here on these Alton jerseys, the camouflage jerseys with black numbers on the fronts and the backs. I'm kind of wishing they would have done it in white. It would have been a lot easier to see. So 2nd down and 10 for Alton. Here's a snap, and it goes up the middle, and the running back gets up to the 30-yard line, so a gain of about 5 on the play. And that was number
Ballinger.
20. Doesn't have any stats yet, so.
Gardell Ballinger.
Gardell Ballinger the third. Their leading rusher coming in was Keith Gilchrist, but he's playing quarterback right now. 34 carries for Gilchrist, 188 yards, 2 touchdowns, averages 5.5 per carry, but right now he's playing the role of quarterback. And he has running backs over either shoulder, 2 wide receivers near, 1 far, and Gilchrist is going to keep. He's going to roll out to his right-hand side, skirt the line of scrimmage, and Collinsville is not going to give him any room. Damian Swaggart in there helping out as one of 3 Collinsville tacklers.
Jerry Richardson also in there. And
Max Link.
Max Link, yeah. So now that was the 3rd down, so Alton forced a punt.
So right now, Collinsville special teams and defense playing some pretty good dividends here for the Kahawks. Collinsville already up 7-0. 9 minutes to play here in this opening quarter. And the Kahawks ready to receive the punt. Richardson stands at midfield. Here's the snap. Ball in the air. It's going to be shallow. It's not even going to make it to midfield. And the ball is going to take a roll across the 50-yard line. And it'll end up Collinsville's ball. 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line.
Yeah, flag in the
flag,
backfield.
yeah, right at the line of scrimmage. There's a flag down.
As high as that punt went, it was up in the air for a long time. Could have been a holding or something.
Well, apparently, folks, my hotspot needed a software update. And, of course, I didn't find out that it needed that software update until we were on the air. Always something. Beautiful night here in Alton. Sun is already down behind the trees over on the western horizon, and got a nice little breeze blowing.
Penalty looks like it went against Kansas. Can't see the signal from here because we're on the opposite side.
Well, the head referee is talking things over with Eric Dickerson, the Alton head coach. It is against Collinsville, and again, we are on the visitor side, so the referee faces the home side because that's where the Prex box is located, and they will be able to see the hand signals a lot better than we will.
We just had to go with the announcer, but he just said infraction.
Yeah, he just said infraction. I was waiting for him to say something, but yeah, he just said infraction. So it ends up being a 10-yard penalty back to the 37-yard line from the 47. So Collinsville will have a little bit more work to do than what they thought.
Like Colby Anderson comes out now here for this series.
So Anderson now at quarterback. I was told that he was going to miss the first series.
That he did, and good thing it was a quick scoring drive for the Kahawks, and now he's back out there with the lead.
Wide receivers on both sides, and he's back to throw. That's almost picked off. And it was intended over there for Mondre Kroom, and the defensive back jumped right in front of Kroom, and boy, I tell you what, if he would have caught that ball, he would have been off to the races.
Juju Caffey of Alton came in getting in front of Kroom there, and if he would have got in front of that and caught that ball, it would have been a pick 6.
Colby Anderson, 5'10", 185-pound junior, stands at quarterback. He has Richardson off to his right-hand shoulder, and Richardson will get the ball and go up the middle, has a little bit of room, and gets across the 40-yard line to about the 42, and that'll be a gain of 5, which will bring up 3rd down and 5 for Collinsville.
Coach talked about getting them 5-yard gains, something positive on 1st and 2nd down.
Of course, I don't know if the folks heard that.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It didn't go out there.
Right in the middle of the interview with Coach Rhodes is when everything started to glitch up, and I don't know how much of anything anybody got to hear of that, but yeah, he is happy with 5 yards a game. We talked about his success on 4th down, and last week they were 2 for 4 on 4th downs, and I think the week before they were 1 for 2 on 4th down, so They've had some pretty good success, but he doesn't want to get there. Here is Richardson. Richardson moves past one tackle and then runs into Travion Swaggart and gets about a yard on the play.
3 linemen there were doing a good job holding their blocks.
Yeah, Swaggart, he didn't hold his block. Guy got around him and looked like Richardson was going to get past that blocker, but he ran right into Swaggart in the process. And that is going to bring up a 4th down and 4. So we'll see here early on that we're going to go for it on another 4th down here. Colton Rhodes said he doesn't mind going for it on 4th down, especially when it's 4th and short.
See here, Alton brings a guy back deep. I think they're expecting Collinsville to punt out of this.
Gilchrist is back deep, thinking there's going to be a punt. And a little movement on the line. Anderson probably trying to draw them off sides. He snaps, and he's looking to throw. He runs from the backfield. He's got some room. Got a nice block over there. And they flag. Don't tell me they're going to call that a block in the back on Kroom.
Yeah, that was a nice block you talked about, but Kroom had his guy from behind, and that's what spurned Anderson to be able to get that 1st down, and now the Cats are going to almost be definitely in a punt situation moving farther back.
Yep. Kroom came in there and threw a block that sprung Anderson out farther to the left-hand side, and I believe that's what they're going to call.
Yeah, different personnel coming out now. Coach Rhodes say, punt.
Collinsville sideline right underneath our location here on the visitor side. 6:51 left to play here in this opening quarter, 7-0 in favor of Collinsville. But the Kahawks have shot themselves in the foot here on this drive.
That was another thing you talked about on the pregame with the coach. The penalties have been pretty clean the first 2 games. You know, we don't know if that got through on the air, but that was another thing that was talked about. And this one hurts the Kahawks here as they almost got a 1st down.
Last week, only 2 penalties assessed to Collinsville for 14 yards. They've already eclipsed that here with the 2 penalties. Here's a Colby Anderson kick to the sideline. It's going to go out of bounds right at the 45-yard line. And they'll mark it down right on the 45, exactly where it went out. So Alton will get the ball in pretty good field position. Collinsville's defense back out for the test. They've done well so far.
Yeah, especially considering Alton might have mixed things up here, a different quarterback, different looks. First possession, they forced Alton to punt, and maybe Alton was in a similar situation. Looks like McAfee's is out there now.
So maybe it was a same situation as Collinsville. A little disciplinary action handed out for some infractions. Nothing major. And a handoff goes to Gilchrist, and Gilchrist takes it up the middle, and he has some positive yardage and gets about 3 on the play. And they'll bring up a 2nd down and about 7 to go.
Yeah, Gilchrist, who was in there as quarterback earlier, gets the 2 yards.
It's good night to be out here, right?
Gilchrist, as I mentioned, 34 carries, 188 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Coming into this contest, we'll get back to McAfee's. 28 of 49 on the year, 299 yards, 1 touchdown to go along with 3 interceptions. Gilchrist is the lone setback, but McAfee's is going to throw. He does so parallel to the 45-yard line and gets up to the 50. And that'll bring up looks like a 3rd down and about 4 to go here for a 1st down.
Just a little flare out to Miller there. Cavs keep him in front and don't allow Alton to get the 1st down. They do cross midfield, but it'll be 3rd and 4.
Jalen Telford is their leading receiver, 10 catches for 133 yards and 1 touchdown. And again, single back, 2 wide receivers on either side of the formation. McAfee's in shotgun, will go back to pass. He looks, he steps up. Now he's going to run it, and he is going to be close to a 1st down, and Damian Swaggart got there in time, but as the tackle was going forward, that's what allowed McAfee to pick up that 1st down.
Steps back in that shotgun there, looks to pass first, and then was quickly enough to see that nobody was open and just steps up there and is able to get them 4 or 5 yards they need for the 1st down.
5 minutes to play here in this 1st quarter, 7-0 in favor of Collinsville. Alton fumbled the opening kickoff. Collinsville then took it in 25 yards in quick fashion, a 7-yard touchdown run by Jerry Richardson. And again, single set back in the formation. Man comes into motion, and there's the snap. Handoff goes to Gilchrist up the middle. He had some room, and he's got about 4 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6 as they get deeper into Collinsville territory. They'll mark the ball down at the Kahok 38.
Helicopter flying over.
Fox 2 News here taking some videos. Be able to see some of that a little bit later on. They'll have some beginning highlights, and then I'm sure they'll move on. Second down and about 5 to go, they say, after the ball was spotted. McAfoo's in shotgun once again. This time trips left. Single setback and a throw down to the right-hand side, and it's caught. Nope, they're going to say it was incomplete. I knew that he looked like he was falling out of the catch as he was going down to the knees and never did get control of the ball before the knee hit the ground.
Yeah, Caffey got a lot of pressure there on him on his backside and couldn't complete the catch as he started to fall down. He would have had enough for the first down. He would have been down where he laid if he caught the ball, but he'll be 3rd down.
Caffey is over there on the far side, lined up as the wide receiver, right side of the formation. And a confusion. I believe that McAfoo's thought he was supposed to hand it off to Gilchrist, and Gilchrist didn't even reach his hands out for the ball, and McAfoo's didn't know what to do with it. He goes down. Quarterback sack for Collinsville. That's a loss of about 6 on the play, and it's going to bring down a 4th down and about 11.
Dalton Hersey ends up bringing him down. I don't know if McAfoo's was going to follow Gilchrist behind, or he just busted through that quickly to Hersey, or some miscommunication there. Alton will go for it here on 4th and long.
It is 4th and long. I believe that was Collinsville's first sack of the year. McAfoo's in shotgun again. Trips to the left. He looks to the left. He throws to the left. He throws deep, and he throws it over everyone's head. And Collinsville will take over on downs.
Yep, Darren Pinell down there in the coverage. Jalen Telford looking for the ball. McAfoo's couldn't connect with him, and it's turnover on downs. Cats now for their 3rd possession. Already here, still late in the 1st quarter.
And pretty good field position as well. Back up where they should have had the ball before that penalty was assessed on the punt. So kind of like a redo.
Yeah, defense does their job. Gets the ball back for you.
So Colby Anderson and company back out there. Swaggart and Pinnell line up here on this near side. And the snap is going to be handed off to Richardson. Richardson zigs, he zags, and then he falls forward. And he'll be close to the 47-yard line, 48-yard line, or in between there. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and about 6 to go for a 1st down here.
Yep, good positive yards on 1st down.
Collinsville sends Isaiah Gordon and Jeremiah Mosby as wide receivers over on the far side. Swaggart and Pinnell remain the 2 wideouts here on the near side. Colby Anderson's going to keep it, gets a nice block initially from Jerry Richardson, and Colby Anderson dives forward for a Collinsville 1st down.
He got that first block from Jerry Richardson, then he was just following big Kevin Mesa down the field there across midfield for another 1st down.
So the Kahawks continue to move the chains. 2:31 left on the clock here in quarter number 1. Kahawks trying to add to that 7-0 lead. And once again, Anderson in shotgun. There's a snap. Handoff is going to go to Richardson. Richardson tries the left side. Got a couple of good blocks there from the offensive lineman. He's on the move. A late flag comes in, and Swaggart and some of the guy over here on the sideline, which is Sam Elliott Barnes, started pushing each other back and forth as Richardson was getting tackled down by the 10-yard line.
Unnecessary stuff completely away from the ball. There might be another flag over there on the 30 and near the other side. That might have helped Richardson get some additional yards there, but he did a good job following his blocks.
2 flags on different sides of the field, so this is probably going to be a redo.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a replay of the down when this is all said and done.
See if we can figure it out from the back side of the referee here. Holding against Alton and holding against Collinsville. So they wipe each other out, and you can also erase the nice gain by Jerry Richardson. So play will start over again on the 43-yard line. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. Or excuse me, still remains 1st down. Swaggart and Pinnell again over here on this near side. Mosby and Gordon on the far side. Those are your wide receivers. Richardson remains the lone setback. And he's going to get it and go up the middle. He's going to try the same thing he just tried, and he gets up to the 40-yard line this time, so a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 7.
Good initial penetration there. Could have got one more block. Might have been able to get some extra yards.
1:50 left to play here in quarter number 1. Clock continues to run. 2nd down and 7 for Collinsville from the Alton 40-yard line. Beautiful new turf here. None of the old craters and hills and valleys that the old grass field had. Looks awesome. They got a new scoreboard here as well. Here is Richardson. He sidesteps his way through the line of scrimmage and gets down to the 35-yard line. That's one of those things you see in practice when they do that sidestep routine, and he did that here in the game, and you know what? He got about 5 yards for it.
He's cutting through line. Pardon me. I'm just going to step on through here. And
yeah, it's like asking people to move their feet when you're at the movie theater when you're coming down to your seat. 3rd down and 2 for Collinsville. Ball on the Redbird 35-yard line. Same wide receiver set, too far, too near. Here's the snap. Handoff goes to Richardson. He zigs, he zags. He has the 1st down, and he is brought down around the 31-yard line. Needed to get to the 32, so got one more than he needed. Collinsville will move the chains with 57 seconds left to play here in this 1st quarter.
Last second decided to shake it out to the left a little bit, and that helped him get that extra yard for the 1st down. Could be the last play of the quarter if Collinsville keeps it on the ground.
25 seconds left on the play clock, 43 seconds left on the game clock. And this time Collinsville puts trips to the left, all bunched up over there on the far side. Swaggart remains the lone setback over here, and it's a keeper by Anderson. And oh, he got tripped up at the last moment at the 25-yard line. And then dives forward to the 20, but they're going to mark him down at about the 21.
Yeah, 60 down on the ground, just a little extra, throw his arm up at the last second there, and that was enough to trip up Anderson. And like I said, that is going to wrap up the 1st quarter.
That it will. With 7 seconds left, Collinsville just breaks the huddle, and they will not get a play off. So we will step aside as the 1st quarter comes to a close. Back with quarter number 2 in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network. Having problems keeping your ride on the road? Roadman Automotive in Collinsville can help you keep your ride rolling. Roadman Automotive offers everything from diagnostic tests when that check engine light comes on to tune-ups, alignments, brake and suspension work, and more. Oil changes at Roadman Automotive start at just $35. Roadman Automotive is open from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday and is located at 936 St. Louis Road in Collinsville. Check out the Roadman Automotive Facebook page for daily specials. Call Roadman Automotive at 618-223-1878, online at roadmanautomotivecollinsville.com. Roadman Automotive. Keep your ride on the road with Roadman Automotive. Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium on Main Street in Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz. And classic rock, it's always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl by the hundreds, plus new releases by new artists as well as reissues by classic artists. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's Record Emporium. There, you can test out all the latest in audio gear, from top-of-the-line speakers to the latest in new turntables, plus amps, streamers, and all of the accessories like needles, belts, and more. While you're there, check out the music-related wall art, as well as t-shirts, record cleaners, and so much more. Plus, if you can't find it at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Come check out Collinsville's only record store, Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in beautiful uptown Collinsville, 618-795-1333, online, richesrecordemporium.com. And welcome back. On third down, Collinsville runs the ball with Jerry Richardson.
Isel Brown sniffing that out there. It's 59 on this, but 60 out there.
Well, the scoreboard's got first down. The guy at sticks has third down, and now they're going to move the chain. So it is a first down,
So
but it's not first and 2.
Did get enough for the first down. Wow.
So just enough for the first down, and Collinsville is trying to tack on another. And here is Richardson. Gets out of one tackle, spins out of another, and then bowls over the guy who actually brought him down, but not after he got some positive yardage out of it. And Collinsville in the red zone once again.
Spin move is what got him the positive yardage there. It's almost stopped in the backfield twice.
Just underway in quarter number 2. And it'll be a 2nd down and 6 for Collinsville. 3 wide receivers on the left side. Travion Swaggart, the lone wide receiver on the far side. Richardson, the lone setback over the right shoulder, and back to pass is Colby Anderson. He looks, he throws, and he's got Pinnell, and that is a touchdown, Collinsville.
Great job there, sending 3 receivers down that left side. McIntyre and Mosby also back there, and Pinnell just cuts inside the last second, makes that catch. Chaos get it done in the air, too, for a touchdown.
2nd touchdown of the year through the air for Anderson. Comes with 10:32 left to play here in this 2nd quarter. And Andrew Chai on to try the extra point. He's got the wind at his face in this direction. And you can hear the wind over the microphones. It's a little stiff. And that kick is up, and it is good. And Collinsville leads by a score of 14-0 with 10:32 left to play here in this 2nd quarter. We will take a timeout, come back, and we'll have the Alton Redbirds receiving the kickoff, and we'll do that in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. 19-yard touchdown pass from Colby Anderson to Darren Pinnell. And Collinsville is out front now by 2 touchdowns, 14-0. 10:32 left to play in the 2nd quarter. Welcome back. I'm Todd Duke, Chris Kettler along with you, and there is a flag on the kickoff. So we'll do this one over. I'm guessing an offside.
Yep, right here on the 40, where it was called. One of the Kahoks were crossed the line before the ball was kicked. Back them up to the 35. So Collinsville has their biggest lead in the game of the season. It was up 13-0 on East, and only led by 3 in the game against Triad at different points.
So back them up 5 yards, and we'll do it all over again. William Harris back deep, as well as Keith Gilchrist to receive this kickoff. Harris has brought back 3 kickoffs for a total of 61 yards, averages 20 yards a kickoff. This one's not going to make it to him. It's going to go high, and it's going to be a fumble. And again, Alton gets lucky. That is their 3rd fumble on kickoffs. And they recovered this one, and again, that is Bollinger, who almost lost that one. That's the 2nd time that he's fumbled one.
Came running up on it, and it was in and out of his hands, and it kind of bounced up right back up into his hands.
Big time end-over-end kick, man. So when that ball hits you, it might bounce, and it has 3 different times here. Collinsville jumped on the first one to open the game. And then about 25 yards later, they scored on a Jerry Richardson 7-yard touchdown run. Second kickoff, they did fumble, but they recovered, and now they just did the same thing here. So here again is Graham McAfoos. McAfoos hands off to Gilchrist, and Gilchrist tries the sidestep, then gets tracked down from behind, fumble. No, they're going to say it was on the ground, and Damian Swaggart almost knocked that ball out of the hands of Gilchrist before he hit the ground.
Gilchrist did some good stepping around his guys like Richardson did earlier, and then had some open running lanes there. It was tripped up last second.
So Gilchrist looks like he's starting to find some holes here as Alton sends 3 wide receivers out on the left side, 1 over here on the near side. Gilchrist again remains the lone setback. And he gets the ball and he's smothered right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. And the first one to meet him was Thomas Hills.
Calix plugged the gap there, and Hills read it right, got through a couple other Kahawks, and knocks Alton back for the loss.
9:50 left to play here in this first half. Second down and 11 to go as the ball rests on the 50-yard line. Line of scrimmage is on the Kahawks 49. 1 wide receiver now on the far side of the field. That is Caffey. Now they'll bring in a slot receiver, and they're going to throw to Caffey behind the line of scrimmage. He picks it up, gets back up to midfield, and gets thrown backwards. Still on his feet, but they're going to call the play dead. And that's when you got to let go so you don't have any flags coming in. And they're going to say that he got back to the line of scrimmage at the 50-yard line, so it'll bring up 3rd down and 11 here for Alton.
Holden's tried the little flare out to Caffey before. He did find some running room last time, but secondary of the Kahawks come in and sniff that one out and actually hold him back for a little bit of a loss.
Just under 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Collinsville up 14-0. Keelan Carruthers brings the play in from the sideline, and then he'll step out and line up over here as the slot receiver between the other 2 gentlemen. Telford here on the near side. Here's the snap. McAfoo back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. And he continues to try to pass. Steps up again. And he gets taken down in Kahawk territory. But it's going to be 4th down and about 4 to go here for Alton.
Richardson stepped up and did get a hand on McAfoo's before he got any positive gains. But McAfoo's broke through that one and got near the first down. What we got?
Scoreboard operators all over the place, man. He has it 2nd down and 12 and 4th down and about 3 to go here. And it looks like Alton's going to go for it. McAfoo's in shotgun. Again, trips to the right. And he looks over to the left. He throws and he overthrows his receiver. And Collinsville will take over on downs again.
Yeah, that was an overthrow out of the hands. Too much juice on that one. Caffey had no chance to get that one for Alton. Turnover on downs again for Alton.
Hey, he keeps on eyeing Caffey over there on the far side when Caffey is the lone wide receiver on that side. They stack up 3 wide receivers on the right side, and he doesn't even look over there.
They haven't looked over there, tried to get anything. Collinsville gave that look for their touchdown, and guys ran their routes, caused different confusion, and got the defense confused and made the catch for the touchdown.
So 1st down and 10 for Collinsville. They'll have the ball at their own 42-yard line. They'll send out 2 wide receivers on either side of this formation. Jeremiah Mosby, closest to your screen. Here is Anderson back to pass. He throws down the middle. Got Jerry Richardson wide open, and Richardson is on the run, and they're not going to catch him. Touchdown, Collinsville.
Yeah, that time Richardson lined up as a wide receiver there, the inside receiver, and he beat his guy there, and Alton wasn't ready for that look. A new look from the Kahawks there as Richardson's been in the backfield the whole game. 1 play and a touchdown for the Kahawks.
A 58-yard touchdown pass from Colby Anderson to Jerry Richardson. And Collinsville trying to tack on the extra point here to give themselves a 21-0 lead. Andrew Chai awaits. Pennell holds. Kick is on the way, and the kick is good. And Collinsville has exploded for 21 unanswered points here in this first half. We'll take another timeout, and when we come back, Alton will try to get another kickoff going their way, and we'll be back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene with Visionary Wealth Advisors at his new Collinsville office located at 106 North Clinton, or call Brad at 618-467-8420. And a catch on the kickoff this time, no fumble. And Alton will begin their next drive from their own 32-yard line. So 3 touchdowns here in the first half for Collinsville, and the Kahawks out to an impressive 21-0 lead here early on.
Yeah, already at our high point total of the season already here in the first half.
Sure are. Things going all right for the Collinsville Kahawks here in this first half.
You know, it's all right. We only need one play to score a touchdown. And defense got turnover on downs before. They didn't get much of a rest, but see if they're up for the task here halfway through this second quarter.
So McAfoo's back in there, and this time looks like he's going to have 2 running backs. They're going to try to create a little confusion and mix things up a bit. And a handoff, nope, fake handoff. They're going to throw it behind the line of scrimmage to Gilchrist, and Gilchrist has a little bit of room, gets a first down and a little bit more. And that will move the chains as Gilchrist picks up about 13 yards on the play. So throw a new wrinkle in there, Alton does.
Yeah, a little swing pass out in the flat there, and really just a running play at the end of the day there, and works for Alton to get the first down. Looks like Council may be giving some guys some rest here with some different guys out here on defense in the back and forth after the quick score.
Back to what we've been used to seeing so far in the first half. 2 wide receivers either side. McAfoo's back to pass. He gets pressured, rolls out, throws the ball on the run, and off of the fingertips of his intended receiver. And that was Telford, their leading receiver, and he just had that one go right off his fingers, man. I tell you what, he catches that in stride, and he might just have a touchdown.
You have to say hats off to McAfoo staying alive there, running for his life, having Damon Swagger and Thomas Hills trying to chase him down out there in the midfield.
Swaggart almost got in there in time to clip that arm as it was in motion, but just missed out. So 2nd down and 10 now for the Alton Redbirds. And the snap, and the handoff goes to Gilchrist, and he is wrapped up immediately by Damian Swaggart. No, excuse me, that was not Swaggart. Swaggart's been playing up on the line here, I've noticed a little early, but that was Thomas Kohler who made that contact early on. Loss of 2 on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 12.
Yeah, Kohler playing there in the middle of that defensive line. Busted through it past the center and forces Alton here to a 3rd and long.
Kohler, Hersey, and Link up front. And now again joined by Swaggart.
Swaggart there, yeah.
Yep. Now McAfoo's back to pass. He steps up, and now a flag on the play as the quarterback goes down past the 40-yard line. We'll have to wait on the flag.
Knocks him back for a loss. If this goes against Alton, I think Collinsville, you're going to decline it and make this be 4th down.
I would think so, too.
From the sideline.
It is against Alton on a holding call. Collinsville will decline it, and the result of the play will stay. So count the 2nd quarterback sack of this game for Collinsville, and it'll bring up a
punting situation for Alton.
Yeah, 4th down and long, 4th and about 14. So punting unit comes on, and Jerry Richardson stands back in pretty decent shape. Right now standing on his own 35-yard line.
I believe it was 81 before.
Aiden Belchick is the kicker, and this one's going to go away from Richardson. Oh, he's going to pick it up on the run, and at his fingertips and his shoestrings, he'll take it out of bounds and turns what could have been a rolling ball down past the 20 into something positive as Collinsville will begin on their own 45-yard line. Got a perfect bounce, didn't he?
Yeah, picked it up on the perfect bounce, gained 15 yards from where he caught it. It could have easily rolled another 10, so about 35 yards there. Positivity for Collinsville. Taking a chance, but you're up 21-0, so you can take that chance, right?
Sure. Collinsville wants to see if they can add on and make this a little bit of an early route situation. So I like the 45-yard line a lot better than around the 20, which is probably where that ball would have ended if it would have kept rolling that way. So Collinsville getting some lucky breaks here. 3 wide receivers on the left side. Swaggart the lone on the far side, but they're going to hand the ball off to Richardson. He's going to get tackled in the backfield. That's going to be a loss of about 3 on the play. Got him right around the ankles.
Yeah, just the last second, too.
I believe that was Antoine Phillips there on that. Excuse me.
Richardson could have just broke through that a little bit. Pinnell might have been able to shake Phillips there for the block and at least could have got back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll be a loss.
Loss of 4 on the play. I'll bring up a 2nd down and 14. Same formation, except we'll add a wide receiver over on the far side in the slot. That is Pinnell. And Gordon comes into motion, and the handoff goes to Isaiah Gordon, and he doesn't get anywhere. There is a flag on the play.
Comes in motion, looks to try to get around the blocks there, follow the guys were on the right side, and nothing going there. And Collinsville may not have lined up right.
And it's against Collinsville.
Or a holding because they're trying to still create there and see if Alton takes his penalty or not.
Well, of course they will. Back him up a little farther. Make him replay. 2nd down. And they'll spot the ball at the 31. Need to get it up to the Alton 44. So 2nd down and forever here. 2 wide receivers here on the near side for Collinsville, Mosby and Gordon. Pinnell and Swaggart on the far side. Anderson back to pass, looks to the right-hand side. He's got Swaggart wide open, a catch over the shoulder, and Swaggart will be in for a touchdown. Oh, baby.
Great job there by Anderson. Drop back the pass. Swaggart had his man beat. Wasn't sure if he'd catch up with the ball or not, but he did. Put on the afterburners and maybe almost ran out of gas there at the end, but got in the end zone. Wow.
69-yard touchdown pass from Colby Anderson to Travion Swaggart with 4:39 left to play here in this first half, and Collinsville is kind of having their way here tonight. Andrew Chai on to try the extra point. And the ball is down. The kick is on the way, and that clanks off of the upright on the right-hand side. I think the hold might have been banned on that one. Either that or Chai stubbed his toe into the ground as he was kicking it. But at any rate, next extra point will keep the score at 27-0 in favor of Collinsville. And we'll take a timeout. Come back, and Alton gets another kickoff here from the Collinsville Kahawks, and we'll do that for you in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network. Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, your place for online auctioning. Go to ogleauctions.com to check out the week's items up for auction. Ogle Auctions deals in everyday items like board games, t-shirts, clocks, antique items, and more. To collectible items, anyone in the market for, say, a trolley? Or maybe you're into more treasure troves like vinyl albums, cars, or motorcycles. And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more auctionable items. Ogle Auctions of Collinsville. Auctions every Sunday at 7 p.m. Check them out at www.ogleauctions.com or call Kim or Mike Ogle at 618-218-2117. Todd Duke, Chris Keller back with you from Alton West Elementary School, Public School Stadium is where we are. 4:39 left to play here in this first half, and right now it's all Collinsville, 27-0 in favor of the Kahawks as Andrew Chai kicks the ball off. This one's going to go deep. It's going to go over everybody's head and off of the body of the receiver, and he picks it up and gets spun down on a great tackle by the man who just scored the touchdown, Travion Swaggart.
He's had some big plays out there on kickoffs. He's one of your feature backs out there receiving, and also plays special teams. He had that touchdown saving tackle that ended the first half last week, and then makes a big play here.
That ball hit off a Caffey. He was just trying to race back and meet the ball at some point.
All these kickoffs have been adventurous for
Yeah,
Alton.
haven't they? Man. Except for the last one, which was actually caught, and then they couldn't do anything with it. But here is Alton now deep in their own territory. They start this drive on their own 13-yard line. Trips left in this formation. One receiver here on the near side. Gilchrist will get the handoff. He'll go up the middle, and he'll be taken care of after about a gain of 3 on the play. They threw him up there a little bit farther, didn't they?
Yeah, Hills had him wrapped up, but he kind of threw him upfield.
Yeah, he did. So it ends up being a gain of about 4 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 6. Late play being brought in by Carruthers again. And then Carruthers will leave the formation and head out as one of 3 wide receivers again on the left side. McAfoo's in shotgun. Gilchrist the lone setback. Here's the snap. Back to pass is McAfoo's. He tries the near side, looking for Caffey and overthrows him.
Like I said before, when they put the 3 backs to the one side, they seem to be keying in on the one-on-one on the weak side there and overthrown, and Alton can't connect for it.
McIntyre was step for step with Caffey on that play. But Caffey was hoping for the same thing that Swagger just had, one of those perfectly timed over-the-shoulder catches on the run, and can take it deep, but this time McAfoo's overthrows his intended wide receiver. He's done that a few times tonight. Carruthers goes on the far side.
Alton calls timeout.
And Alton will call a timeout. They had 17 seconds left on the play clock, so I'm not sure why they called the timeout, but we will take a timeout right along with them, and we'll be back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Back here at West Alton Elementary School, Todd Duke and Chris Kettler along with you. Glad that you're with us for week number 3 of the high school football season, and it's been quite the nice start at week number 3. Collinsville trying to improve to 3-0 for the first time since 1998. The 1998 team went 8-0 before they lost their first game. That was a 7-6 contest to Edwardsville. And that was the battle for the Southwestern Conference title that year because both teams came in undefeated to that week number 8 matchup, or week number 9 matchup, excuse me. Here's McAfoo's rolling out to his left, throws on the run, and it's off of the intended receiver and into the Alton bench. And that'll bring up 4th down here for Alton, deep in their own territory. They're going to have to punt.
Yeah, they'll definitely have to punt here. And that's what they'll do, and Collinsville will get at least one more possession, and they'll also get the first possession of the second half.
Tim Kane was the head coach back in 1998, his best season. Kahawks finished 8-2. They lost that last game of the year to Edwardsville 7-6, and then lost the first round of the playoffs to East St. Louis 20-14. And I'm guessing that 7-6 loss to Edwardsville stung and might have carried over into the following week, but I wasn't around then, so I don't know. Flag on the snap, and the end-over-end kick is going to take another bounce. Richardson's going to pick it up in Alton territory. He turns the other way, splits a couple of defenders, knocks over one of his own guys, and takes the ball all the way down to the Alton 23-yard line, but we'll have to wait on the flag. Maybe a lined-up offsides by Alton.
Yeah, or a formation situation. Seemed like it came in pretty quickly. Back to that 98, yeah, they lost 7-6 to 2 Edwardsville team, or an 8-0 Edwardsville team. Both teams were 8-0.
Yep.
There was a massive amount of interest in that game. Huge crowd was at Edwardsville that night. There was even talk of trying to put the game somewhere that could accommodate a larger crowd, like maybe retrofitting SIUE stadium. There's no football at SIUE, but they were looking into something like that. It was a massive crowd, and it was a good game. We just missed an extra point.
Yeah, those extra points will kill you sometimes. All right, so it was an offside call against Alton. Collinsville, of course, declined it.
Yeah, they got a good run back there.
Yeah, almost a 30-yard run back from midfield there for Jerry Richardson. So good starting field position here for Collinsville. Still 3:21 left to play here in the second half. Collinsville with the ball, 1st and 10. Anderson in shotgun once again. Takes the snap, goes back to pass, looks to his left, throws to his left, and has the man open, and that is going to be down at the 1-yard line on a nice catch over the shoulder there by Isaiah Gordon. Man, oh man.
Gordon did a great job there of catching it, just couldn't tiptoe along the sidelines there to stay in, but he'll set up Collinsville right here on the doorstep at the 2-yard line.
2-yard line is where you'll set it down, so it'll be 1st and goal here for the Kahoks. And I would imagine that you're going to see a handoff here to number 9. In the shotgun, so Colby Anderson, we may run it too, but we'll see. Here's the snap. Handoff does go to Jerry Richardson. He zigs, he zags, but he doesn't get any farther than back to the original line of scrimmage, and it'll be 2nd down and goal here for Collinsville.
He had an initial hole there, but once he got the ball, it started to close up. Thinking on his feet there, trying to bust to the outside, make something happen, and maybe a small loss.
Yeah, they moved the ball back to the 3-yard line, so a loss of 1 on the play. Gordon and Pinnell come back to the bench, so they won't be involved in this series.
It's like Norton and Smith are here. Collinsville's going to go for like a power
we're gonna
eye situation here to try to get these fullbacks to bust the hole in here for Richardson.
Triple running back situation
Goes
with Richardson deep. He'll take the pitch to the left side. He'll get a couple of blocks, and he will dive and not get in. He'll be just short, got about down to the half-yard line.
Yeah, he did everything but get in. He couldn't have gotten any closer here. And now I think you'll just see Colby Anderson go under center here and just try to come forward here and bust this one through, because that ball really can't get any closer without being in.
3rd down and goal here for Collinsville.
Refs were asking for a stoppage of the clock. Well, it was a 1st down technically, I guess.
And the snap and the handoff to Anderson. He's in for the touchdown. Not the handoff to Anderson. Can't hand it off to himself, but another 1-yard touchdown run by Colby Anderson with 2 minutes exactly left to play here in the second quarter. And Collinsville just keeps adding on to their lead. And the Kahoks now up 33-0, pending another extra point try here by Andrew Chai. Missed on the last one.
Try for this one here again. Not going to chase a 2-pointer.
There's Pinnell with the hold, and the kick is a little short again, but
it's wide.
It's wide as well, and that's the second missed PAT here for Chai. And Collinsville will lead 33-0 instead of 34-0. We'll take a timeout. Alton will get the ball back one more time here, and maybe that'll be it for the first half for Alton. We'll find out here in just a moment. We're back after a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice.
Another interesting kickoff for Collinsville, and we almost knocked that ball out of there from behind. I believe that was DeMarcus DeBow, who came from behind and almost knocked the ball right out of the hands of Bollinger. 33-0 in favor of Collinsville. 1:46 left to play here in quarter number 2. 5 first-half touchdowns for the Kahawks.
Yeah, came out and really lit up the scoreboard here today, this week, after only scoring 3 touchdowns in the first 2 games combined.
And movement up front by both teams. Who are they going to pin this one on?
Hill started to move, but I think it was 35 of Dalton Baumgartner that ran across the line first. Yep, they'll move that one back.
False start, 5-yard penalty, so Alton will look at a 1st and 15 now from their own 25. So we'll try first down again. Trips left once again, shown by Alton here. Gilchrist, the lone running back. McAfoo's in shotgun, takes the snap, back to pass. Well, I was going to say has Caffey, but Caffey had that ball go right over his left shoulder pad.
Through his hands, and the next thing you know, it's behind him on the left side there. He did everything but catch it.
2nd down and 15 now for the Redbirds. That stops the clock with 1:44 left to play here in this first half. We're going to have close to another fast first half. Last week we were finished with the entire game at 9 o'clock, a 2-hour game, and we're about an hour into this one, and the first half's about to come to a close. Here's McAfoo's in shotgun again. He'll hand the ball off to Gilchrist, and Gilchrist immediately got smothered by Thomas Kohler, and he didn't get very far.
Yeah, Kohler in the middle of that defense does it again. Got a sack on the day. Collinsville does have a timeout they may use here. If Alton keeps the ball on the ground here, to at least maybe force them to punt and make something happen at the end of the half.
3rd down and 13 to go here for Alton. Ball on their own 27-yard line. Late play comes in once again from Carruthers. And this time Carruthers will come over here and line up on the right side. Trips right this time. Caffey is the lone wide receiver on the far side. And again, Gilchrist, the lone setback. This time we're going to throw it, and it comes to the near side sideline. And not much doing there. Got back up to the original line of scrimmage, plus maybe 2. And now I believe Collinsville is going to take a timeout.
I'll take that final timeout, stop this clock at 45 on the 4th down.
Oh.
And try to get the ball in the hands of a playmaker here on a punt, and maybe at least take a shot down the field or 2 here before the end of the half, and you're going to get the ball to start the second half.
We will take a real quick timeout. Back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Drink it in. Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. So you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
Back at Public School Stadium here at West Elementary School in Alton. 45 seconds left to go here in this first half. Collinsville leading 33-0. And the Kahawks looking to get the ball back here, maybe on 3rd down and 13. Excuse me, this is 4th down.
They're punting.
I keep on looking at the scoreboard, and the scoreboard's always wrong. They are. Richardson collects it at the 40-yard line. He stutter steps and then heads out to his right and just gets taken down from behind on a shoestring tackle by Devontae Miller.
Well, McIntyre was trying to buy him some time. Richardson had to go back on his heels there and really couldn't proper himself there and get upfield there. And by the time McIntyre lost his block.
So the Kahawks have 35 seconds and 1 timeout.
I thought it said one before. It said one before they called that last one. I don't know what's right.
I don't know. I'm looking at the scoreboard, and then I'm looking down here at the sideline. Sideline guy with the chain gang is right, and the scoreboard operator is having a little difficulty here tonight. Maybe he's trying to get used to the new scoreboard. Sure is pretty, but it says 33-0 in favor of the visitors. That would be the Collinsville Kahawks. Anderson back to pass, throws one, and goes right through Travion Swaggert's hands. That'll stop the clock with 31 seconds. Only took 4 seconds off the clock with that play. Gage Trevere checking in from Aurora University. Former Kahawk football player.
Might be getting ready for a game. They might have a game tomorrow.
Could be. 3 wide receivers over here on this near side. That's the side that Anderson rolls to, and he looks and he throws it away. I don't know if he was trying to hit Pennell with it, but it went well over Pennell's head.
Flag comes in here late in the middle of the field. Mosby was the man farthest downfield.
An eligible man downfield. That play took a minute to develop, didn't it?
It very well could be.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Looks like it's in that area. Lineman can only go upfield so far. Now they're going to move the sticks up. This could be on.
No, he's already pointed to Collinsville. Said, touch his hat.
Okay, missed that.
Ineligible man downfield. So it'll be second and long. Second down and about 15.
At this point, just might try to take this to the court, say good half, we got the ball to start. Don't make a mistake in a pick 6 or something.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a good idea. But Anderson's going to stay in shotgun, so no kneel down formation here. Alton's got 2 timeouts left if they would like to stop the clock.
You think, if the scoreboard's right.
Yeah, I think. Anderson throws this one right at the shoes of Pennell, and he couldn't hold on to it. And that'll bring up 3rd down and long, and the missed pass stops the clock again with 18 seconds left to play here in this first half. Played our commercial for LC's Pub a little while ago. LC's right behind us with the newborn baby.
Yep, first time seeing the baby. Just said hi to her there.
Here's a handoff to Richardson. Richardson tries the right side, slips out of one tackle, spins out of another, but spins right into some help from the Alton Redbirds. And that will do it for the first half. Collinsville owns the first half here at West Alton Elementary School, 33-0 on 5 touchdowns for Collinsville here in the first half. We'll take a break here at halftime, and when we come back, we'll let you enjoy a little bit of the Alton Redbird Marching Band, and we'll do that here in just a little bit on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahawk alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place World Champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty. The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville Kahawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune. The reviews are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food? All created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family-size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 855-8027.
And once again, welcome back to Public School Stadium here at Alton West Elementary School as the Alton Redbird High School Marching Band gets ready to take the field. Chris Keller's got a couple of scores to tell you about.
I'm still tracking them down here. I guess we can go through some more later. But
oh, well, you can find out. We're going to let everybody listen to the Alton High School Marching Band first. I know that you're going to see them from behind, but you'll get the idea. You can still be able to hear them. So we'll take care of the scoreboard here in just a moment when we come back after this little halftime entertainment by the Alton Redbird Marching Band. Shouldn't be too long now.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Do we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees, or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
And once again, welcome back to Public School Stadium here on the grounds of West Elementary School in Alton. Halftime, Collinsville leads 33-0 over the Alton Redbirds. Hope you enjoyed the Alton Redbird High School Marching Band. And here's Chris Keller with some scores from around the area.
Right, Edwardsville's up 41-0 on Champaign at the half. Mateo Valley's up 15-14 on Beverly East. That game was getting close to being final. I guess they started real early there. Granite is down 35-14 at the half to Francis Howell. Marion leads Highland 28-7. Jerseyville leads Lincoln 22-8. Waterloo up on Carbondale 21-0. 21-0 also Muscuda on Centralia. Triad, who we played last week, leads Mount Vernon 24-7. DeKalb is beating Belleville West 44-0. Columbia 27. Marquette 0. And CM 21. Roxana nothing. Those were the scores I wrote down.
All right, thank you very much for doing all the work, and we have just a couple of minutes left before the halftime kickoff, in which Collinsville gets first. And as I mentioned, the K-Hawks already leading 33-0, and we'll be back in just a moment here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman, and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The Shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the Shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, "The usual?" So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie-cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the Shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend or two. The Shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The Shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
Todd Duke, Chris Kettler back with you from Alton. Collinsville leads 33-0 after one half of play, just about ready to get going here in the second half. Well, 5 touchdowns, and only one came in the first quarter. That was the 7-yard touchdown run by Jerry Richardson, and that was with 10:57 left to play in that first quarter. And then the next score didn't come until there was about 10:32 left to play in the second. A 19-yard touchdown pass from Anderson to Darren Pinnell. And then just about 3 minutes later, a 58-yard touchdown pass to Jerry Richardson. Then just about 3 minutes after that, a 69-yard beautiful touchdown pass from Colby Anderson to Travion Swaggart, one of those ones right over the shoulder. Reach out your hands, catch it on the run, and Swaggart didn't get touched on the way into the end zone. And then with about 2 minutes left to go in the first half, Colby Anderson takes one in from about 1 yard out, and that's where we stand right now, 33-0. Andrew Chai has missed 2 extra points. Matter of fact, back-to-back extra points missed. So instead of 35-0, we stand here at 33-0.
Kahok's doing it in all kinds of ways on the ground. Different receivers. Having Richardson line up as a receiver, getting the touchdown. Lots of positive things there. And Collinsville with one of their biggest halftime leads in recent memory. I went back and looked, and so the best I could find was we led 33-14 at the half in 2008 on Edwardsville.
Wow.
Beating them 59-28 that year, unbelievably. If you actually believe we beat Edwardsville one year by 31 points.
Yeah, that's an outlier there, I would imagine.
That is definitely an outlier. We're up 33-14 in that half, so that's a 19-point lead. This is even larger.
Yes, it is. And for those of you who aren't familiar with mercy rules, there is a mercy rule in high school football. If you lead by 40 points at any point in the second half, then you get the clock continuing to run. The only thing that stops it, touchdowns or scoring of any kind. Obviously, timeouts taken by any team, and then, of course, any injuries if that were to happen.
And, of course, over the years, we've seen that many times with Collinsville on the wrong end of that.
Yep.
That's a possibility here tonight, but we'll see how this thing unfolds. Collinsville going to receive this second half kickoff.
Collinsville will get the second half kickoff. And Dylan Cowan, a freshman kicker, with the kickoff duties here. And back deep, Travion Swaggart and Jerry Richardson. There's the whistle, and we are going to do it all over again.
Alton players jumping off sides.
Now Richardson and Swaggart will have to move up a little bit. If we can get it that far downfield, if they even want to. They have the teams. That was another thing I talked about with Colton Rhodes in the pregame interview that no one got to hear. Really, they've stayed away from Richardson and Swaggart back there as far as kickoff returns are concerned. They've been kicking everything up short.
He said he was fine with that. Just we'll take the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Where they're going to give it to us, and that's some part of the game that has been lacking, but not bothersome to the coach.
About 10 yards in front of Richardson stands Pinnell. And about 10 yards in front of Swaggart, I believe that's Kroom. So we'll do it over again, this time 5 yards deep, and we are underway. A little chip shot. It's going to find Jerry Richardson at the 25. He brings it forward, gets behind a block by Swaggart, gets out of another tackle, gets it into Alton territory, and down to the Redbird 45. Collinsville once again with excellent starting field position.
Carried some tackles there for about 15 yards. Kept chugging up the field. It could have broke through. It would have been gone.
So Collinsville will get the ball in decent shape here. 1st and 10 from the Redbird 45-yard line. And we'll see if Colby Anderson and company want to continue to pour on some points. Lots of smiles down there on the sideline. Have you noticed that?
By smiling, having a good time. Big positive game here. Got one half in the books. Try to make another good second half.
Colby Anderson's going to keep it on the fake handoff, and he'll get close to a first down. He'll be brought down at the Redbird. Looks like the 36-yard line. Needed to get to the 35, so it'll bring up a 2nd down and 1 here for the Kahawks.
Anderson hasn't had to run it too much. That's a good positive play there. Gets 9.
And the Kahawks inching deeper to the end zone here on the first drive here in the second half. 2 wide receivers on the far side, Swaggart and Pinnell. 2 on the near side here as well. Gordon. And the throw's going to go to Swaggart in the flat. He tries to sidestep one, gets out of a tackle, moves forward, gets the first down, and then gets brought down at about the 28-yard line for a minute there. I didn't think he was going to get up to where he needed to get the first down. But he turns it upfield and gets what he needs, and that moves the chains. Stops the clock momentarily with 11:02 left to play here in this third quarter.
Caught the ball. Took him a minute to start working his way upfield. Then he did. Then he wanted to make a little more than could happen than it needed to, trying to cut back around, but decided to continue up the field and take the first down.
Mosby and Gordon line up again over here on this near side with Gordon in the slot. Back to pass is Richardson. Throws it downfield, wide open is Pinnell. Bounces off a tackler, in for the touchdown. Oh boy, another passing touchdown for Colby Anderson and the Collinsville Kahawks.
That's just too easy when a guy is wide open, makes the catch, and then just has to ping pong off a guy to get to the end zone here. And 39-0, and we can get that 40 mark with this extra point. Haven't hit the last 2, but hopefully we can get this one and put this to rest maybe.
So Andrew Chai on for another extra point try. 3 for 5. Oh, that's dropped. And Pinnell's going to have to roll. He looks, he throws, and he's got it in there for the 2-point conversion. Oh boy, how about that?
Pinnell thinking on his feet there, and Isaiah Norton catches in the end zone, and that's 2 for Collinsville, and that's enough to bring on the running clock.
That it sure will. 41-0 in favor of Collinsville on the opening drive here of this second half. We will step aside. Alton will get the ball back first for the first time here in the second half when we come back after a timeout on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
Todd Duke, Chris Keller back with you from Alton. Collinsville is up now 41-0 as Andrew Chai is ready to kick off. One man back deep now for the Alton Redbirds. And Chai.
Waiting for the referee to give the whistle, and there it is, and we're ready to go.
Man, that took forever. High kick, not that deep, and it's taken at the 15-yard line. And then darting over here to the near side, and flag comes down right before the tackle of Kathy was made. And the running clock continues to run. Normally you would stop the clock as we bring on the offense, and we would stop it for a flag as well, but with the running clock, that's not going to happen.
Yep, this next 22 minutes will breeze on by here, and we might be done just before 9 o'clock.
Last week we got done right at 9 o'clock. I remember looking at my watch right when I pressed the commercial for the pregame show, and this one's going to go against Alton.
Depending on if we get any scores here, might be right about 9.
So penalty against Alton. And all the way back to the 31 it goes. So we'll see what the Redbirds have up their sleeves as they try to climb back into this lopsided game. 41-0 in favor of Collinsville. Trips right. And the one lone setback, Gilchrist, and back to pass McAfoos. He throws over to the far side. He has Caffey, and Caffey cannot get out of the tackle on a nice, oh, well, maybe he did. I thought he was down. I thought Pinnell had him down, but apparently he slipped out of the grasp of Pinnell at the last moment and picks up about 2 on the play.
Yeah, it was all in second effort. Looked like Pinnell had him wrapped up. Still playing hard down by a lot of points as the Alton players.
And again, trips right here on this offensive setup for Alton. McAfoos back to pass. He looks to the near side. He throws it down the middle. He's got a man wide open, but again, has been the case for McAfoos tonight. He keeps on overthrowing his receivers. And I tell you what, if Jalen Telford catches that ball, he's gone.
I think Telford might have been a little surprised on how open he was. He's trying to put moves on guys that aren't there, but he got overthrown anyway.
Clock continues to move, even on the incomplete pass. Normally the clock would stop, but now we're at 8 minutes to play here in this third quarter.
Only stop if somebody calls timeout or if we get a score of some kind. Or if they have to stop for an extended injury or some kind.
Telford lines up as the wide receiver here on the near side on a 3 wide receiver set again. And Telford has it bounce off of him, and that's incomplete. And that is going to bring up 4th down and about 3 to go here for Alton.
Well, for Telford, and William Harris was also there, and he tried to get back to it, and 2 Kahoks were all trying to get to it, and this will force Alton to punt.
That'll bring Collinsville's offense back out, barring any kind of a freakish, weirdish play here. Cowan back to punt, and Richardson stands at his own 40. And the punt is going to head to the sideline at the Collinsville Kahok bench, and it's going to roll. And it's going to be stopped at the Kahok 46. So Collinsville will start 1st and 10 from there, looking to add on to a 41-0 lead. And so far tonight, Colby Anderson has collected 175 yards worth of touchdown yardage through the air. Those are just the touchdowns.
Yeah, when he's connected, they pretty much have all gone to the house anyway. He'll probably give at least over 200 yards of passing. I'll have to see the stats when they get turned in.
Got a 19-yard touchdown pass, a 29-yard touchdown pass, a 58-yard touchdown pass, and a 69-yard touchdown pass.
Not a bad deal when he's technically the backup quarterback today. He didn't technically start.
That's true. Trips right this time for Collinsville. Anderson's back to pass. Throws it down the middle, and it almost was caught, and there almost could have been a flag there as well, as Jeremy Mosby was tugged on about 10 yards down the line, but no call, and he still almost caught that ball.
Yeah, he was tugged on and interfered with. They're not going to get that call in a 41-0 game, but then he still almost caught it about 3 times.
Clock continues to move. 5:45 left to play here in this third quarter. 41-0 in favor of Collinsville, looking to go 3-0 for the first time since 1998. Anderson in shotgun, hands the ball off to Richardson. Richardson up the middle, left tackle, spins and picks up some positive yardage, about 8 of those yards.
Owen Stroud among those clearing a path there for Richardson to get up near this first down. 3rd and 2.
Obviously, the 1998 team, they finished 8-2 as they started the season 8-0, so that was the second time that Collinsville had made the playoffs. The first one was in 96.
Yeah.
They wouldn't see the playoffs again until 2010.
And that's all 3 right there.
And that's the last time that Collinsville had a 3-game winning streak, too, by the way, was that 2010 season. Here is Anderson with the keeper trying to pick up the first down. He won't. He'll be about 1.5 yards short.
Never won a playoff game.
Nope, never hosted a playoff game.
No, the Eastside game was at home.
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay.
Eastside game was at home. 96 was at Lincolnshire Stevenson, and
2010 was in Danville.
2010 was in Danville.
So only one playoff game hosted for Collinsville in their existence. Now you also have to remember that playoffs didn't start in Illinois until 1974. And there were plenty of good teams before 1974. They just never had playoffs. Anderson takes the snap, hands it off to Richardson. Richardson, he'll pick up the first down, so Collinsville will continue to move the chains as the clock continues to move.
Another 4th down conversion.
Yep. Had a number of those this year. There were some teams coached by Virgil Fletcher back in the 50s and 60s.
They won the conference.
Yeah, they were 7-1 on a couple of occasions, but there just was no playoffs back then.
Yeah, Virgil Fletcher, who is synonymous with the basketball program, also was a football coach and did a fine job back in the day.
Yes, he did. 2 wide receivers on either side of this formation as Jerry Richardson stands over the right shoulder of Colby Anderson. Here's the snap. Throw quickly, and it's over the head of Pennell. I think that Anderson rushed that a little bit too much, and he didn't need to.
Tends to do that sometimes, expecting pressure that ain't there. Plenty of time to get that output to Pennell.
I just like to say that every once in a while because people are always like, oh, my God, 102 years of football, and you guys have only made the playoffs 3 times? Well, the playoffs didn't start until 74, but we had plenty of good teams before that.
Right, so it's roughly only half that, 50 years or so.
I don't know why it took them so long to get playoffs going in the state of Illinois. 1974, I mean, you already had college playoffs. You already had Super Bowls and AFC and NFC championship games. I wonder what took the state of Illinois so long to get on board with playoffs. Here's Anderson back to pass. He throws it over here to Jeremy Mosby. Mosby slips away from one tackler, but couldn't get out of the grasp of the guy he carried with him about 5 yards.
He slipped and thought he fell down on the ground and was giving himself up, but didn't hear the whistle and had to keep on going. But there's a flag in the middle of the field here.
That was Antoine Phillips on the tackle. And there is a flag back
pointing to Collinsville
at the original line of scrimmage, or close enough to it. It will be against the Kahawks. Clock continues to move. 2:20 left to play here in this third quarter.
I think this series here is going to be gotta be it for the first team, the starters of the Kahawks with such a huge lead.
Well, it's a good thing I have a roster. I may be calling some names here I haven't called in a long time here real soon. That's going to bat Collinsville up all the way back into their territory at the Kahawk 44-yard line. And I believe it was a face mask call.
Some of the backups and underclassmen actually haven't gotten to play a lot. We've had a freshman game canceled because of a storm. Then Triad didn't have enough for 2 separate games. So those guys have been practicing for a long time and haven't gotten to play much yet.
Here's another handoff to Richardson. He's got some room, and he's got a block by Mosby. And all the way up, back into Alton territory at the Redbird 40-yard line.
Yeah, past the original line of scrimmage. And
so it's going to bring up 4th down and about 8 to go here for the Kahawks.
Yeah, $1 for them McDonald's cheeseburgers that probably made at noon.
1 minute left to go here, and you ate 2 of them, though, didn't you?
Yeah, but that was 3 hours ago. They can't be much better now.
You told me then they were probably 5 hours old, so now they're like 8 hours old. Here's shotgun on 4th down, low snap. Anderson picks it up, he throws, he's got a man open, and that is Gordon, and Gordon ends up getting thrown forward. It's going to be close, and it's going to be good enough for a first down.
Yeah, because the tackler threw him forward and gave him the first down there. Going to move the chains here, and that is going to end the third quarter, I believe.
Well, there's 25 seconds left in the quarter, and the play clock hasn't started yet, so the Kahawks don't have to run a play if they don't want to.
Should have started the play clock. I don't know what they're waiting on.
I don't know that either, but I don't think the Collinsville is really worried about getting the playoff.
Well, now they're going to break huddle here. We got 7, 6, 5.
Yeah, looks like they're going to win. Yeah, they're not going to snap it now. They know what the time is left, and that is the end of the third quarter of play. We head to the fourth quarter. Collinsville, big time in control, 41-0.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Todd Duke and Chris Kettler back with you from Alton. 41-0 in favor of your Collinsville Kahawks. And you're looking more and more like we are going to be off to a 3-0 start to start this 2021 campaign. New set of downs for Collinsville. 1st and 10 from Alton's 31-yard line. We head the other direction now. My camera guy could stop sleeping over there. Here's Anderson. He'll take it, and they'll hand the ball off up the middle. And Collinsville bringing in some of the younger classmen here as Mondre Kroom, who handled that carry. We'll see if they want to do any more substitutions here. They'll give Jerry Richardson.
Jerry Richardson on the sideline. His day might be done.
Yeah, he's looking like he's pretty comfortable over here.
Other than that, pretty much
Swaggart and Pinnell are still out there.
Trying to finish off this last drive.
And Mosby and Gordon are still in there as well. So right now, Kroom is the only replacement player we can see. And he stands over the left-hand shoulder of Anderson. Anderson, pass, sideline, behind the line of scrimmage to Travion Swaggart. Swaggart gets double-teamed as Pinnell trying to come in there with the late block. And we had a late flag that came in, and looked like there might have been a late hit on Swaggart as he is holding that left ankle, and he fell down right in front of Amanda Bauer, so he's got the medical attention he needs right away, that's for sure. And we'll have to check the flag. I wasn't sure if that was a late hit or not.
Which the thing you're trying to avoid here in a running clock situation is any injuries.
Well, he's off of the sideline, so they really, I guess, stopped the clock because the referees told him to, but that is going to be a call against Collinsville.
Seems to be the indication. We've been guessing here most of the night. We can't see the calls from this end. They're going to march it off this way. And
I believe it was a holding call, but I couldn't see the hand gestures from the referee. Or it could have been a face mask because, you know, both of them require you to hold your hands in front of your. One is you hold your wrist, the other one's you pull down on the fake mask, and both of them are kind of right there where we can't see them. But
Craig gets up here to his feet. He really stood on his foot too much yet. His left foot. Not really putting any pressure on it, and he goes back down.
Well, I would imagine that that would probably be a good indication it's time to get the starters out, but
I think they're trying to finish off this last drive here, but that time has definitely come by now.
Jacob Gregory into the game, lines up as the wide receiver on the near side. Your three starters are still over there on trips. Here is Kroom, and he'll bring it up the middle and get back up across the 40-yard line, but it's going to bring up a third down and very long here for Collinsville. Clock continues to move. 10:35 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Collinsville up 41-0.
Don't know if you really have another quarterback to take any snaps. Richardson was technically the starter. You're going to take him out. Probably just okay with Anderson. Just keep handing the ball off. So don't look for a different quarterback out there.
Yeah, they still have Pinnell, Richardson, and Pinnell, Mosby, and Gordon out there as wide receivers.
Like the only other quarterback on the roster listed is Jamori Weisinger, and
he's hurt.
He's not dressed.
Yeah, he's not dressed. I saw that earlier. This time they split up the wide receivers, two on both sides. Anderson's going to go back to pass, and that is going to be stopped before it gets started. Flag on the play. Someone lined up offside.
But the clock will still keep going.
Sure will. Neutral zone infraction of some sort. Either a false start or an offside, and it's going to be a false start. So Collinsville going backwards here. So it's probably a good thing they have a 41-0 lead.
Trey walks over to the coach now. He says, I could probably go back out now. He's like, no.
Nope.
You've done enough today. Let's get out of here in 9 minutes.
And he also plays on defense, too, so I would think that they wouldn't put him out there for either, as he's on the sideline standing next to his brother Damian. Here's a snap. Anderson back to pass again. He gets pressured. He steps up, loses the ball, but jumps on top of it right at the last moment, so no turnover. But Collinsville is going to be faced with 4th down and long. And Anderson is going to have to go back to punt. First punt of the night for Collinsville.
Second, right? There was that one where they tried to go for it and then got pushed back. Then they did punt. See if the defense can keep the shutout here for the last 8 minutes.
I don't even think they're running the play clock anymore.
Seem to have given up on that. The only clock you need to run.
Anderson back to punt and standing at his own 5-yard line. I believe that is William Harris. And Harris will have to take it on the bounce. He does so, picks it up at the 10. Moves it forward across the 20 and down to the 25 before he is finally brought down. So Alton with the clock continuing to run as we approach 8 minutes left to play here in this 4th quarter. And Alton will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line. This guy's all over announcing everybody needs to make their calls to get their rides, aren't they?
Hello, we need a ride.
Game's going to end soon. Start calling your rides now, please. And we're going to have a whistle, and we're going to have a stoppage in the clock now, and I'm not sure why. No,
Bringing
clock
out some
continues to run.
Different guys here on defense and trying to get this all sorted out. Only had 9 go
Clock's
out there.
running. If somebody called a timeout, they got to stop the clock.
After trying to get it stopped, and nobody.
I know. Okay, there it goes. 7:19. I think about 40 seconds ran off the clock after the timeout was called. We'll go ahead and keep it here for this one.
Collinsville trying to bring some different guys in here on defense. Only 9 guys went out there, and
wonder if this is a first-year clock operator or scoreboard operator, because they've had some problems pretty much all game.
defensive coordinator going through with the guys here. Say, let's all get out here. Everybody knows where they need to go. We're going to finish off this shutout. Just missed the shutout 2 weeks ago at Belleville East.
Yeah. Only one score last week against Triad did the defense allow.
Yeah, set up Triad deep in their own end, and they punched in the end zone.
So the defense has been playing outstanding here. And
then the offense comes alive here tonight.
Yeah, now the offense is catching up.
41 points.
All right. Now we're ready to go. Graham McAfoo's in shotgun. Takes the snap and hands it off to Gilchrist. And Gilchrist gets through the line and skips and jumps. And a bunch of missed tackles by the secondary players for Collinsville. And all the way over on the far side of the sideline, that was DeMarcus DeBow, who finally pushed Gilchrist out of bounds.
Yeah, after about a nearly 50-yard gain, lots of missed tackles like we said, and Alton flips the field here.
Some of the underclassmen out there now, finishing up this game with 7 minutes left to play here in this fourth quarter. Trips to the left side of the formation now for Alton. McAfoo's in shotgun once again, and once again Gilchrist the lone setback. He stands right behind the quarterback. Handoff goes to Gilchrist. He hips, he hops, and he gets another first down, and he is finally brought down at around the 15-yard line and brought down by Christian Smith. So Alton bound and determined to put some points on the board in front of their home fans. This is their second home game in a row. Lost last week to Quincy here in their home opener, 27-20.
They'll open up conference play, Southwestern Conference against Bova West here next week. Alton.
Caffey lines up as a wide receiver over here on the near side. Handoff is going to go to Gilchrist, and Gilchrist tries the left side, and once again, brought down by Smith. And they'll bring up a second down and about 7 to go here for the Alton Redbirds. Ball is on Collinsville's 12-yard line. First time all game that Alton's been in the red zone, correct?
Yeah, first time they've really moved the ball at all. Set up nicely with that 50-yard gain.
Telford, the leading wide receiver, goes over there on the far side sideline. Caffey over here on the near side. And a handoff, and this one is a fumble. I believe Collinsville got it. They do. Referee has already indicated that Kahawks get the ball, and that might just be enough to preserve that shutout.
Norton comes out with the ball after all that. Pop free. Looked like Alton was coming in for that score. Maybe deny this shutout, but Kahawks might be able to just finish off this clock here for the last 5 minutes.
That was Gardell Bollinger who got that handoff and fumbled the ball after he had already picked up about 5 yards, but Collinsville is going to get the ball back. And Colby Anderson will remain in as quarterback. And it looks like we're going to have a host of a couple of new ones. I still see Pinnell out there.
Hill's coming out there on offense. He's lined up from time to time. Kroom's back out there in the backfield.
Yeah.
84. Quentin Patterson will be a wide receiver.
2 on either side of the formation as far as receivers go. Anderson in shotgun. They're not even running the play clock anymore.
The back man here, he's counting it off.
Yeah. Maybe the play clock's broke. Handoff goes up the middle, and churning is the Kahawk running back, Kroom. He picks up about 5 on the play.
That was a hard-fought 5,
sure
too.
Was.
That was right in the middle of a lot of traffic. That's the harder 5s you'll get in a 41-0 game.
3:45 left to play. Clock continues to run. Barring any stoppage, we will be finished before 9 o'clock. Anderson looks downfield to the referee, the back judge, and he'll start waving his arm when it gets down to, the final 5 seconds?
Yep, here you go, 5.
Yep. Anderson
now
takes it and hands it off to Kroom. Kroom up the middle again. This time he gets wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage, maybe gained a yard. And Alton could stop the clock if they wanted to. They have all 3 of their timeouts left, but being down 41-0, probably not going to stop the clock.
So we got Charleston next week at home.
Yes, we do. I don't know anything about them.
We'll see 3 of our next 4 games against teams out of the Apollo Conference. That's what Charleston's
What's
in.
What's their mascot?
Charleston's the Trojans.
The Trojans.
They're a new opponent this year. We haven't played them. In the past, we've been playing some of these Apollo teams in this independent schedule, but played Lincoln and Taylorville a couple years ago. Now we flipped it with playing Charleston now. So they'll come to visit Kahok Stadium next Friday.
3rd down and 5. Another handoff. Nope, this one's going to be a keeper by Anderson. And Anderson's going to have a lot of room. And a flag comes in late. And Anderson has plenty of room for the first down if it stands.
Not going to stand. They're going to push this one back.
Definitely didn't need to hold up there in the middle of the line because Anderson was already well outside to the left when that flag was thrown.
So go to the Italian Fest in the evening, early evening next Friday, and then come to the game.
There you go. I won't be there until Saturday. I always miss the first day of the Italian Fest because I'm a little busy on those Fridays. By the time I get finished with the game and pack all my stuff up, it's over with for the night. Technically. Goes against Collinsville, and it's going to back them up all the way to the 10-yard line. Anderson was tackled at the 40, so that is a 30-yard difference in the end of the run to the tacked-on yardage from the penalty. But we're only down to 1 minute and 15 seconds left. 3rd and 12. And Anderson will wait until the very last moment to have that ball snapped. Under a minute. Here's a snap. Handoff goes to Kroom, and he's wrapped up as soon as he gets it at the 5-yard line, so that's going to be another loss. And Collinsville is going to be looking at 4th down from their own 5-yard line as we have 40 seconds left. And if they just now started the play clock, you might be able to get out of here without any snap at all.
Well, you really don't need to snap it anyway, because if they're going to count it less than 40 and call the penalty, it's still running clock, so it ain't going to matter. They're going to have to snap it anyway. And Collinsville with one of their biggest wins as far as points differential here, 41-0 in many
big time
years.
Yeah, I would say. Down in the final 5 seconds, and they're not going to get a snap off. That is going to do it. Collinsville is going to win this one by a score of 41-0. It was all Collinsville and all Collinsville early. Time to transition our way into the post-game show, brought to you by Cafe Agape in Collinsville, home of the Kahok chicken sandwich. Cafe Agape since 2012, offering catering and some of the best home-cooked food in the area. Cafe Agape, 345 Cafe, 345-2233. Collinsville wins it here tonight big, 41-0, and we're back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345 Cafe. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations, Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. In Collinsville, that person is Jason Regg, your Collinsville Edward Jones financial advisor. Jason Regg will work to build a complete picture of your financial life, including your unique goals and passions. Jason Regg of your Collinsville Edward Jones office plays a big part in the community and the Collinsville Unit 10 School District with his Kahok Educator of the Month award. To take care of the things along the path of you and your family's financial journey, call Jason Regg at the Collinsville Edward Jones office at 618-344-0252. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape. Check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you.
And we welcome you back into the Cafe Agape post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville wins this one tonight in a big way by a final score of 41-0. And joining us now on the post-game program is the offensive coordinator, Drew Cordes. And this is how you exactly designed all this stuff up. You planned it this way, right?
We planned it exactly this way.
So
score a lot, score quick, and we don't have to do a whole lot of work.
So execution was the key, and you executed.
We executed, finally. After a rough execution week last week, it was nice to come out, do what we were supposed to do, get the business done down quick, and not a whole lot we have to do today whenever our players do what they're supposed to do.
So you opened up the passing game just a little bit more than you have in the first couple of weeks, correct?
Yes, we saw some matchups that we like because we like our receivers a lot, and they showed tonight. They're a super talented group. They are a group that not a whole lot of guys can guard, so we need to get the ball into their hands. We came out with a game plan. We worked a lot this past week and trying to get the ball into all their hands, and it showed tonight that we got a pretty good receiving core right now.
Yeah, well, and you took your running back out of the backfield and put him on the line of scrimmage, and what does he do? He just catches a 58-yard touchdown catch.
Yeah, after playing a couple plays at quarterback, a wildcat formation, we tried to get in. Yeah, he can do it all. It's one of those things. It's usually a baseball term, but when you get a utility player like Jerry, you can do anything. You can throw him at quarterback, throw him at running back, throw him at receiver. He's going to do something.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
I can't keep track of stats because I only have so many hands, but I do keep track of touchdowns, and the touchdown yardage from your quarterback tonight, just for the touchdowns, was 175 yards.
Yeah, that shows, one, that our receivers are getting open, doing their job. Two, our line is blocking, giving us time to throw. And three, we're putting the ball where it needs to be put. We're not overthrowing, we're not underthrowing, we're putting it right in stride, catch it, keep running all the way to the end zone.
And the defense pitches a shutout. Guys came really close in weeks 1 and weeks 2, but talk about the defense. I know you're the O coordinator, but, man, you got to be proud of these defensive guys too.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. I just sit up here and I'm like, we'll get the ball back, we'll score, they'll stop them. Really easy. It makes it easy for the offensive guys to know that our defense is going to go out, keep it low scoring. We get a couple touchdowns, we're good to go.
What, if anything, do you know about next week's opponent, Charleston?
Don't know a whole lot about them. We know they're going to come fighting. They got a long drive. They're not going to just come off the bus easy. We're ready to go back. They're going to make the trip worth it. We got to come ready to fight just like we came today, and we're going to try and keep going. We're going to go 4-0 next week.
Glad to hear it, man. Thanks for the visit. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. Have a good night.
Drew Cordes, the offensive coordinator for your Collinsville Kahawks, as they win it here tonight by a score of 41-0. 7-yard touchdown run by Jerry Richardson started the scoring. 10:57 of the first quarter. That was the only score in the first quarter. Then Collinsville poured it on in the second quarter. 4 touchdowns in quarter number 2. All three, the first 3 through the air, a 19-yard pass from Anderson to Pinnell. Just told you about the 58-yard pass from Anderson to Richardson. Add in a 69-yard touchdown pass from Anderson to Travion Swaggart, and then a 1-yard touchdown run with about 2 minutes to go in the first half. Capped the scoring in the first half. It was 33-0. Collinsville just scored one more time since then, a 29-yard touchdown from Anderson to Pinnell with 10:39 left to play in the third quarter. And we got a 2-point conversion out of that to get the 2 points we needed to put it over the 40-point mark to get us the running clock as Chris Kettler joins us once again. And, boy, I tell you what, that was a fun game to watch and do.
Seemed like a well-prepared team. Did a lot of great things out there tonight. Offensively, really just clicked in a lot of ways. A lot of different weapons made Alton pay. And when you rack it up here on the scoreboard and the defense does their job shutting the other team down, it looks real pretty, and it's fun to watch when you get to 3-0.
What have you learned about Charleston while I was talking things over with Mr. Cordes?
Well, since they're losing 28-0 to Effingham tonight, they lost to Lincoln last week in their week 1 game. They received the forfeit win, so looks like they'll come in at officially 1-2, 0-2 on the field.
Yeah, 1-2 they'll be officially, and 0-2 actually playing on the field. So we're looking forward to that game. It'd be nice to be back home next week for Italian Fest weekend. So that is going to do it for us. Big thank you to all of our sponsors. Thanks to both the coaches for the pre and the post-game comments. Coach Colton Rhodes, on the pregame that no one got to hear, but I appreciate him coming up here anyway and and doing the interview. And then Drew Cordes there at the end. And a big thank you to my broadcast partner over here, Chris Kettler. My name is Todd Duke, and until tomorrow, soccer versus CBC from Kahok Stadium. Everyone have yourselves a fantastic rest of your evening.